Here's the gratitude and love. Welcome to another installment of 246 Gold the Show. I'm your host with the most, with slew in the phone ghost, Watoo Tafari. And today with me I got a big brethren of mine, long time brethren, sorry, let me get this right first. Long time brethren because I met him when we went to school, secondary school, and from that time everything was always blessed between him and I. But you guys might know him as an integral part in the soca and reggae scene on the island. A brethren by the name of Randy Eastmond, who operates a place called what?
Quantum
Studios?
Quantum
Yes, sir.
Productions.
Blessings. Nice to
time.
have you on the coach, man. How things going on? First
Great.
thing first.
Can't complain.
I realize. You know, we're in the midst of the soca season, so I could only imagine that you're a bit busy in these times, but
correct.
give thanks for making a little time for us today.
Always.
Right. So first we're going to start with soca though.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of things going on?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening right now. The studio's very busy. We started since like November because we rebuilt the studio. Launched a new studio in October. Started work in November and October. And also we have some reggae tracks happening at the same time. So it's been a lot of multitasking. It's been a lot of working together and coordinating and stuff like that. As always, me and my brother and Sluggy Dan.
Yeah, Sluggy.
We do as much as we can. Big writer, big singer as well. Helping with the productions. It's a lot of coordination, but there's a lot of projects that we handle and we try our best to make sure everybody's satisfied.
Wonderful. So I guess we got that part down pat. You can't really let too much cats onto the bike.
You could talk, open up, man.
So you got anything that you want to talk about in terms of that particular venture?
In terms of the soca?
Yeah. You working with any youngsters? Yeah,
we always working with youngsters. That's our passion, working with young people. We also have a charity called Youth in the Spotlight Development Program. We try to, it's a cultural incubator, so to speak.
Nice.
Youth incubator, we bring young people in and we channel their energy through music into a positive direction. Music isn't the only focus, you know, if we see people doing great in karate, cooking, whatever, we look to feature those persons. So you'll see Sluggy posting a lot of stuff through the Youth in the Spotlight Development Program, Instagram, about positive things that young people are doing. You know, you got a young person like Amber Orano, who's one of our premier artists on the label. We focus a lot on what she does. We have voice training classes going on every day, on weekends and stuff. So Youth in the Spotlight has been the most recent project we've been working on. Homegrown Radio 246, that's another project coming on the Quantum Belt, and it is 100% Bajan music station, online radio station. 24 hours a day, 100% Bajan music. You know, that's what we do. You know, fully online. Homegrown Radio 246 is the name. You know, you just go online and check the link, download the app, you know, and just enjoy the Bajan music. You know,
because there's a lot of Bajan music, you know. Contrary to popular belief, like there's so much Bajan music out there that you would not even believe, I guess, because you won't be hearing it too much on the radio.
Yeah.
And what is this? What would you say? I mean, personally, we ain't casting the blame on no one, but for your own part as a guy who's been involved in this for so long, why outside of the soca genre it's so hard to like hear with that frequency local artists?
There's a number of factors that play. I think it's one, us as a people being comfortable with ourselves.
True.
Two, I think sometimes we're afraid to make stars, and that's one of the analogies I like to use. We're afraid to make stars or create stars. Music industry is about developing people, being creative and showing your creativity, and as such, sometimes the star is born. And in order to do that, you have to embrace what that person brings to the table. You have to embrace creativity. We can't be afraid to embrace someone's creativity. You can't critique and criticize someone's creativity. From the time you start to do that, you know, you shut out the entire vibe.
True.
Is a stagnant kind of mentality that develops. Even with competition, all that kind of stuff, you know, that limits the boundaries and the possibilities that can happen with music. From the time you look at criticizing someone's work or saying, okay, I don't like this, but hey, this is something that somebody sat down and took their time to create. Not that you're going to take everything, because everything isn't always the best quality.
Yeah, let it be constructive if you're going to criticize. You know, don't just say it was bad, but say it wasn't as good as it could have been, and show ways in which it could have improved. Don't just leave one out there. You know, as they would say.
So I think one of the major problems is embracing the creativity of the Bajan artists and allowing the guys to know that they have an open platform. There's an open stage for you to come and say, hey, look, this is my work. This is my next project, and you know that you're guaranteed some level of airplay, some level of exposure.
True.
You know, but right now that isn't fruitful, or isn't forthcoming in every single aspect.
True.
And we will hope that can change soon. Legislation is another issue. You know, putting things to place to make sure that the artists are heard. The cultural industry is a major thing here in Barbados. We don't, I would say directly, we really don't have the ideal cultural industry. We have a lot of cultural practitioners who are professional, but the ins and outs, the direct relations between the artists and what should be is not what it's supposed to be as yet. There's a lot of development needed. A lot more stuff can be done to really bring the creative industry to the level that it's supposed to be at.
You mean in terms of working in a partnership with the government, maybe?
Everything,
everyone
legislation,
the
infrastructure, the island as a whole.
Just
educating
embracing
people.
things Barbadian.
Yeah, educating people, getting the people to understand what can happen here. As simple as writing a song.
People do understand because we're seeing Rihanna.
Correct.
We are seeing Rihanna.
Correct.
And I mean, why aren't these people paying closer attention to that?
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, Rihanna is one of the greatest artists in the world. Let's look at how that happened. Rihanna was exported and honed in a foreign country. But to understand that we can do it here, because we can do it here and export.
We can do it here.
Exactly, we can do it here.
In case when they understand, we can do it right here. Right here in Barbados.
We own and we develop
He's one
it
of the
here.
people that got a lot of talent around here in terms of production, even the artists, even thoughts.
Yeah, correct.
The thought pattern of a Bajan is quite different to that of anyone else, I guess, because we are Bajan. Yeah. But a lot can come from here, but I just need, come on man, let me embrace one another. Yeah. Let me stop with this thing. Let me stop. Please. This was taught to us by some other people. Let me stop with the hate, with the greed, the jealousy, the envy. Those were not things of us. Let's stop. Let us embrace one another. Let's show that care and concern once again, man. Bring back that old time love now. But it's gonna make me cry. But anyway, I want to see you again, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I know personally that you are doing a lot in terms of for what you can do in terms of production and music to that quality level, in terms of trying to get it out there to that quality level, in terms of working with artists, promoting shows.
Major Green Reggae Road Show is another project, myself as like that I've been working on for years. Nice. That is a format which features only Bajan music, Bajan artists, Bajan bands, set in a nice location. You got a nice stage, like band, like music, recorded, highest quality, etc. And we ask the artists to come through. At this stage isn't where we would like it to be. We would love to be able to pay artists and stuff, but we ask people to come and bless us. So we've been fortunate so far.
Do you have any help from the NGOs?
We try, and we get some help. So far, NCF has been fantastic with us. They assist with the stage. We have assistance from QSI Quality Song. They've been a sponsor for the song company, but in terms of financial sponsorship, that has not been forthcoming as yet. I think in anything, building a brand is always hard, and once you can build a brand and show a potential sponsor that you can sell their product or advertise their product, market their product, then they will possibly buy into the venture eventually. So we got to keep knocking at the door.
So baby steps, right?
Baby steps. Yeah, we don't understand that. We're gonna work this soon.
And I know you're willing to work.
We're always ready to work.
I know that much. So anything that maybe we haven't spoken of so far?
Man, there's so much, Watoo boy. There's so much that we are doing. We just, in essence, what I really would like to see is all the artists unite. As you said, the government to unite, legislation to be put in place. Let's come together, have some stakeholder meetings, because the main focus is always crop over and soca music. But there's so many other genres of music, so many other artists in Barbados who are not exposed. And recently, being a school teacher as well, being exposed to young talent. My kids come and say, "Sir, you see this new person that's singing, and you listen to these recordings and videos, and why are these people not known?" It's a lot of talent. The plethora of talent is unbelievable. I think we really need to sit down and look at the other genres in Barbados.
We can.
All the artists, the possibly undiscovered artists as well. That's another side. The guys who don't even want to go and record, that just on the blocks or by a shop lineman and writing music and singing songs. My brother and I, we love that. That's what we do. We drive around. We gonna look for these guys, listen to what's happening. Gun Hill Outlaws. Yeah, they pass through Quantum, and they have their own studio now. They've been writing and doing their own material. It's fantastic. So I think we just need to come together and try to create a movement, so to speak, as you were saying.
Yes,
you got Super Frogs doing fantastic stuff.
Because if we look to Jamaica, as I keep saying, if we look to Jamaica, even in Jamaica, those guys come together in order to get the maximum benefit out of what it is that they're doing.
Everything is planned. You got to sit down and plan it.
You know what I mean?
And find a focus and say, okay, guys, in 5 years, this is where we're supposed to be at. But before the 5 years, year one, this is the goal.
Right.
Year two, this is the goal. And strategize to suit.
Yes,
You know?
baby steps. Baby steps.
So all these things, even what you're doing right now, this is a fantastic idea. This is what we need to document. You know, we got to document. We got to make sure that people in the future.
Big ups to Scorcher.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin that. Yeah, man. Inferno TV.
Even though it's a struggle, I always say to people, what we are doing right now is writing the history. We may not see the benefits, but what we're doing is writing the history for Barbados in terms of the music industry. And in 20 years or so, our children, our grandchildren will see the benefits and the fruits of the labor.
And reap them.
Yeah. You know, so people will write and talk about these interviews, you know, what Watoo was doing. This is a fantastic idea, you know. This helped to spawn something else in the future.
Bigger, something greater.
Make you think in the engine, the
know
wheels
what I'm
turning in the
saying?
head.
Yeah, right away is like what next, right? Movies.
Yeah.
So you're not into any video production or this?
Nah, I just been part of a couple of movies. Once upon a time in Ichiruba Naim, had a little shot in there, you know. Another video, another day asked me to come thing, but not in terms of the production. I hold my lane, you know.
Yeah.
You understand.
So what about music videos?
Music videos, we try to do as many music videos as we can based on the budget. You know, Amber has a video for Fussing and Fighting. Big up to Ramat Jean-Pierre for that. Marlon Fox has approached us as well to do a video for another one of her releases, Broken Hearted. So over the next couple of months, we're gonna start shooting for that. You know, big up to Fox for seeing the vision, and you know, he was the person that really said, "Yo, I love her talent. I think she needs to be seen." In the industry, as a musician and artist, you got to understand visual is very important.
Visual is
it.
Most,
you know, visual
because
is the key.
wow,
So,
it's the balance, of course, because it's music, meaning that you can hear, but then when you can see what it is that you're hearing.
Times have changed, you know. The consumer now is looking for that visual.
The full package.
Yeah, they want the full package.
I don't only have to hear you anymore. You can see you. Furthermore, we prefer to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sure. And catch some of that vibe, some of that energy, some of that essence. It's wonderful though. So you see big things happening in the Barbados music industry.
A couple of years, as long as we can get it right, you know. I think most of the artists are moving in the right direction. Everyone is trying to step up the game, step up the visual, their image, fighting for what they believe in, you know. But it's for the powers that be to understand.
It isn't so far-fetched, you know, to be a musician.
Exactly.
Involved in this.
Yeah, the world is easily
the world
accessible.
is getting smaller.
The internet has made
it considerably smaller. You might not even have to sing tunes that Beijing people like. If you could speak Japanese fluently, I guess you could sing a Japanese album and make it big in Japan, right?
That's what we're doing. Amber, she's one of these singers in Project the Band, and we shop our music outside. And we've realized the possibilities here in certain aspects, and we've taken to the outside market to see what can happen. We have festivals on the outside, radio stations on the outside. It's a process. Again, visual is required. It takes time. You got to understand the market. You got to understand what people require. You know, but we're looking. We've had some positive responses, but hopefully within the next year or two, we probably should be launching something overseas and doing it. You know, because that's the way to go. You got to export your product. You know? Nice. But it has to start here. Has to start.
So in summary, two things I would like to know from you that you would like to see happen within the music industry in Barbados on a whole. Not only this genre or that genre, but all musicians and those associated or affiliated with music. Two things we could do.
First of all, a strategic plan for the development of the industry and the way forward. And two,
when you say industry, let me just take a pen. When you say industry, you mean finances, so on and so on.
No, when I say industry, I mean the entire structure.
The entire structure.
The infrastructure, down to the nitty-gritty, down to the gentleman on the street who may be selling fruit.
Because we have frameworks that we could base it off of, don't we?
Exactly. Down to the gentleman who's on the street, maybe selling fruits and vegetables, but on the side he has a radio playing Bajan music and CDs available for sale from Bajan artists. Right, all that is part of the planning, so it needs to be a strategic alliance.
You have looked at this in depth.
Yeah, you got to. You have to. You know, it's like we sit down and think about it, but it's really to get the artists together and help them get everybody to understand what the vision is and how we could possibly go forward. It has to be a strategy. You can't just do it fly by night and pray that something happens. You can't throw it up in the air and hope that it stays there. True. It has to be a plan.
And number two?
Number two, unity among all artists. You know. Camaraderie, and if we could add a third one, to understand what you deliver you know, is very important. So the messages that you deliver, you know, look at your lyrical content. You know, yes, you might have a prevailing culture out there that seems attractive because it's fast food.
That too shall pass.
Right. You know, so look at your lyrical content. Look at how you approach your music. You know, there's
any
nothing wrong with
music
getting
of
into that
substance,
genre.
any music which has that longevity is not based upon the vulgarity.
Correct.
If we really want to get honest with ourselves,
and the thing is,
it isn't. I mean, yes, there's a place for everything, but
right.
if we look at things which have you know, surpassed time, withstood that whole battering or the passing of seconds, minutes, and hours, is not anything shallow.
Correct. And like, you know, there's a way to do it. I mean, quintessentially as Barbadian, we like fun. You know, we like to enjoy ourselves. We love to party, but you got to be skilled. You know, you can approach a topic in many. Yeah, we are. You can approach a topic in so many different ways. You know, so that's another thing that I would love to see for sure. And that's 3. Ask me the 2 I get it.
Yeah, and I respect that, right? Brother, it's been great, man. Give thanks for your time, give thanks for your energy, give thanks for your input. I hope that has touched a lot of you out there, you know, inspire you to do greater, because, you know, around us, negativity is deceased, positivity increases. This has been another episode of 246 Gold Show. I'm Watoo Tafari. I'm out.